we played like I talked about in the post-game conference. I thought we came out extremely fast, and our guys played with great intensity. And other than maybe a little lull there in the second quarter on a couple of their drives, we played as good as we played all season long in all three phases of the game. So we're excited about that. That game's over, and we got a short turnaround to get ready to play UT Martin, and we're looking forward to going on the road and playing well again this week. So with that being said, I'm sure y'all got a lot of questions, and I'll answer them, and we'll go that route with it today.
And having such a short turnaround, does it help that you had, a lot of positive things to work on from Saturday, I guess?
Yeah, the short turnaround is not an issue at all. I mean, I played coaching a lot of Thursday night games. I like Thursday night games. I mean, I'm excited. I think your players they get a little more amped up for it, and the positives outweigh any negatives with that. But the good thing about it is we didn't have to spend much time making many corrections from the game Saturday, so it allowed us to get right into preparations with UT Martin, which we were able to do, and had a really good practice last night preparing for those guys.
Coach, key to the turnaround, not really the turnaround of the offense, but why suddenly the touchdowns and you weren't getting in the first two games? What was the difference here?
I think Casey just played well, and that's the best he's played all season long. And I'm sure if you talk to him, he would probably tell you the same thing. I haven't talked to him about it, but we had some. Our game plan was to take some shots down the field early. We hit one on the first play. I thought he did an excellent job of extending the plays with his feet like he did so many times last year for us. Going into the game, our plan really wasn't it never is to either run it 50 times or to throw it 50 times. I know we threw it 74 times in the ball game. Our plan is pretty much the same each week. We're going to go out there, we're going to run these plays, see what the defense has given us, and then to take advantage of it. They really, I thought, their defensive front really did a nice job of plugging the holes. We had a hard time moving those guys. I don't think they got much of a pass rush on us because they were so worried about stopping Mike in that running game. I had a couple of the linemen came over a couple of times and said it was like inside drill when you go against the defense. They're not playing pass, they're playing run the entire time, and it makes it very difficult to run the ball. So I think that was their plan, to stop Mike, which that'd be, if I was playing us, that'd be the first thing I would try to do too. But we're very fortunate our receivers practiced well during the week. We got a lot of different guys in the game, and it was just happened to be that passing game was open. And so we're maybe not be the smartest coaches in the world, but we're smart enough to run what works. And we had a great day throwing the ball. And next game we may rush it 75 times. So you just never know what you're going to have to do that particular night. You better be ready to do both.
How did your guys come out of the game as far as injuries?
Well, we're a little beat up. Just like any football game, nothing serious, but we got some guys with a bunch of bumps and bruises. That was a very physical game. I know that the final score was a lot to not very much, but I told you before, my feelings still haven't changed. That's a very good physical Tennessee State football team. I think we just got on them so early. They just couldn't ever overcome the great momentum we built early in the game. So it was a tough game. We are a beat-up team. There's no question about it. But we'll get ready to go, and we'll play hard again on Thursday night.
Talk about Martin, what you've seen them on film with this.
I think they're a very good football team. Golly, Jacksonville State is the best team in the conference, if you will, and actually they had them beat. Jacksonville State made a great run there at the end, a great drive to win the game, and then with a minute to go, UT Martin, if they had one more second, could have got a field goal off to win the game. Defensively, another athletic group. A little bit more different challenge. They blitz a little more than Tennessee State did. And then offensively, they're a very balanced attack. I mean, a lot of play action pass, a lot of draws, a lot of isolation plays and whatnot. So it's going to be very key for us to, like always, stop the run first and then be able to get some pressure on the quarterback, who's a very talented player.
Martin's allowed 180 yards on the ground. What have you seen on film that's allowed them to do that? Is it just the teams they've played, or is it their defense?
It's a very hard group to prepare for, from the standpoint as they play the opening game against Jacksonville State. They take a week off, and then they play Union, who, I mean, they just played base the whole game. I mean, they didn't have to do anything, fancy to beat Union. So, you just don't have a whole lot of film on them to really know what they're doing. They got a new defensive coordinator. Offense is pretty much the same as it was last season. So, you can kind of throw out any statistical comparisons just because, they played Jacksonville State and then they played Union, and no disrespect to Union, but they're a lower level, team and whatnot, and they really didn't have to do a whole lot there in that ball game.